Alright, y'all, back with another video. Today, it's Prince, Pain, everyone call me, but today we're going to be talking about stop consuming what isn't serving you. And that basically means, all the way from, doom scrolling, whatever addictions or impulses you're having, that are holding you back. And I'm going to just give some examples of, stuff that I felt I was consuming that wasn't serving me. I mean, for the longest time, I was a pretty heavy marijuana smoker since I was 13. It was it's also I'm using this example because I felt like for the longest it was serving me, but in all honesty, it really wasn't. It was honestly limiting me. And because it was I could still be functional and still get things done and stuff, but it was I wasn't doing everything that I could, and it really limited, I only did the things I was comfortable with. I wasn't getting out my comfort zone, and I was also just escaping and just always wanting to feel good, you gotta be uncomfortable, sometimes, the hardest things in life are always probably the most worth doing. So that's the first thing, if you really want to start to grow and stuff, you got to cut out the things that aren't serving you, whether it's also, bad people, bad friends, their energy and stuff, all of that stuff, it influences you, and it also changes your perception of things. And it doesn't let you know who are you, what's your real identity, what do you really want to be. So it's, because at the end of the day, we kind of all know what we kind of got to do to, move forward in life. Let me just down a bit. So yeah, stop consuming what isn't serving you. I feel like, especially in today's day, we're all consumed, or we're so into our phones and stuff, and it's what is that actually doing for you? Just scrolling and looking at what, and you're just seeing other people's lives, and it's just making you honestly feel worse inside too. And also, what you're eating, what are you consuming when you're eating? You are what you eat. So when you're eating just bad stuff, I saw this video. Even eating goes into the instant gratification. You'd rather eat snacks and stuff that's easy rather than actually cooking and making a whole meal. And that's also is kind of another analogy of you gotta cook. You gotta cook to make a good meal, which is your life. You know what I'm saying? So it takes putting in the good ingredients. So it's you gotta cut out the bad stuff. What isn't serving you? And so the first thing is really to realize what isn't serving you. What are you consuming that's not bettering you? That's a big thing. Yeah. I'll probably be all for today. I want to make this video short, but just a reminder, hey, stop consuming what isn't serving you. Yeah. That's it for me today. Just gonna see how these shorter videos do, and then eventually, once we start kind of building a community, we start making longer videos, seeing what y'all like, or whatever. But yeah, also, if you want to reach out, just someone to talk to, I know where to find me. Hey, and I appreciate y'all for, smashing 10K on the album. That it means a lot. It's my first time hitting 10K, on Spotify and stuff. So I really appreciate that. For real. And if y'all haven't, go check out my new album. I make music, whatever. I'd appreciate it, truly. So yeah, stop consuming what isn't serving you. Yeah, have a good day. Love, peace, and positivity. Later.